Welcome back to KevinMtv and welcome back to Monopoly. Today we're going to be playing another speed die round of Monopoly, so it's a little good for us and a little bad for us. We're going to be playing against real people online, so let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and play in Transylvania today. And right away we are ready. There was 3 people just waiting for me and we are ready to play Monopoly. We got a level 78, 42 is me, level 70 and 72. Oh my gosh, I'm the lowest level person out of anybody here. They're all in the 70s, and I'm level 40. Okay, well, wish us luck by liking that like button. We've got a level 78, a 70, and a 72, and we're 42. We're gonna start it off with a hello to be polite, so maybe they're on our side going forward when we're trying to make deals. Let's go, level 78's biting. It's our turn, let's go. And we roll a 6. We got a light blue. That's a pretty good start. Don't underestimate the light blues. I have won off of the light blues before. Even though they're the second cheapest property, you never know what's going to get you the win in the end. Oof, but Popeye, first off, I like that Popeye is using our water dice, but they just stole our railroad. We're going to have to get that back. That's right, pay me $6. That's right, $6, please. 11, where's that taking us? Free parking? Nope, treasure chest, just like that person. Okay, nice to meet you. And I don't have any houses, so I get off scot-free on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's another card. I want properties, not cards, but I'm advancing somewhere, Thieves Alley, wherever that is. It's a light pink. Okay, I'll take that because I want properties. Yes, now I have one of 2 color sets. So we're in a pretty good start. But there goes Popeye, stealing the properties I want once again. I'm gonna have to make a deal for those 2. Wow, auction, our first auction of the game. They did not want the green. Well, guess what? I do. I want one of every color set and the railroads. Well, especially the railroads and the dark blues. That's the most important to me. But green could be huge for us. And I won it for $300. That's just the regular price. It's like I landed on it and just bought it. I did not pay a penny more than it was worth. Wow, and it is our turn. Let's go. Free parking, not ideal because I did not gain another property, but I did just gain another property. So there goes Popeye, rolling at 12, doing everything I want to do. Doubles, 12, my dice, but at least he's paying me now to land on the green. And he got Boardwalk! No! I'm gonna have to make a deal with Popeye for sure. That's Dracula's castle. Adam Sandler lives there. Blah, blah, blah. My turn! That's a 4. That is not where I wanted to go. Nope. One of the other reds would have been better. Or that railroad. Either one of those 2 surrounding spots would have been better. But right now, I'm gonna make a deal with green because they have 3 properties I want. And, something's got to be done about that. I'll give them the green and the pink. Why not? For those 3, yes. Plus, $500. 560. Come on, Popeye, make a deal. Rejected. Okay, Popeye, fine. I will take just Dracula's castle, and I'll give you $1,000. $1,010, Popeye. For yes, Dracula's castle. It's mine. Dark blue. Let's go. That is the biggest piece of safety I can have in this version of Monopoly, especially. Now I'm going to try to buy the brown 200. How's that sound, Justin? Let's go! Bad news is the railroads are getting taken and by the same guy. That's actually horrible news. But it's only half of them so far. That's right! $50, please. Pay up. You want to land on blah, blah, blah? That's $50. Come on. So they're going to take one of my light blues and then they're also going to take one of my pinks. That's pretty rude. I can't say this name. Balado. That's rude, 78. 2 of my properties in a row, 78. 78. And looks like I'm getting another green. Do I want it? I guess I'll take it. And good news is I'm getting one of the railroads. That is really, really important. I did not want to have to buy the railroads for double to quadruple the price. So just having one railroad at regular price is huge because you don't want the other person or another player to have all 4, because that's devastating. To pay $200 every time you land on any railroad, you can't keep that up for very long, which is why it's so important to have at least one of them. Advancing to Thieves Alley, I think that's mine. Let's go. Yeah, advance there. That's $10, Popeye. $10. And then they're gonna take one of my reds. And the 3rd railroad. They have 3 railroads. Unbelievable. Well, I'm glad I prevented them from getting all 4 because, oh man, I need to get one of them off them. So, because still $100 is too much to be paying every time I land on 3/4 of the railroads. In fact, I want to make a deal so I can get all 3 of those other railroads. I just need to figure out what that deal is going to be. And they made a trade. Pink for light blue. Oof. Good thing I own the 3rd of each of those. Because if not, they'd be able to build right now on both of those, and that would be detrimental to my game. My turn. Okay, let's go ahead and try to make a deal. I want all 3 of these railroads, okay? And I will give you one of these greens and $600. How's that sound? Yes! I did not expect him to say yes to that, but here we are, owner of all 4 of the railroads. Now, while I may not have money at this very second, we are looking pretty because anytime anyone lands on any of the 4 railroads, we will get $200. And I really didn't have to give up that much. Only a green, which I own the other one, so they can't get a monopoly there. And $600, you should know that when I'm making a deal, I want to make it for cash because properties are king in Monopoly. Cash is useless. Properties get you cash, which helps you get more properties. That leads to the win. Oof. Oh, they do not own both of those yellows. Yikes. I was just sad that 2 yellows are taken, but 2 yellows by the same guy? That's dangerous. Auction for the docks. I would partake, but I only have $92. I'll go up to 90 though. Oh, I thought I had it for 90 for a second, the way they paused. Man, what is the final price gonna be for electric company or waterworks or whatever? I mean, it's the docks. It looks like waterworks to me. Yeah, that's right. Electric companies by the pinks. Sold for way too much money to Popeye. You got it. Probably because he has no properties, because he keeps giving them all to me. That is a pretty tempting offer, because I was just thinking about how I want that red, but I don't want to give up that light blue. So how about no $100 from you? And I actually have nothing I can give you right now, so sorry. Treasure chest. What you got for me? Collect $50? That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and try to buy this orange off of Popeye. All my money, 142. What do you say? Didn't think so. Yeah, $4. Pay up, Popeye. $4. Ooh, where are you heading? To the orange? No. Now he owns 2 oranges. That's not good. Park Place. Man, I'm gonna have to wait a little while so I can build up some cash from the railroads before I can buy that. Whoa! He's willing to offer it now, but he wants the brown and my green. That is very, very tempting, but I'm gonna have to say no for now. But it is good to know that he is willing to give it up for the right price, which will be cash from me as soon as people start landing on those railroads. And the brown is taking. That's honestly hurting Justin because I wanted to make a deal for Park Place and the brown. But he did make $200 off of it, so what are you gonna do? That is a pretty fair deal, but I'm gonna have to reject it because as much as I could make money from the browns, I don't want to have to pay money for the light blues. I did not want to take the railway card because that would have made someone else pay me $400. Instead, it's just free parking for me. Free quacking, really. Ooh, and Park Place just sold. Looks like Justin did not want to do business with me, but he does have all those yellows, so that's concerning. That's not good for us, because now they're going to want my green for their dark blue. It's not going to happen, because I'm going to give them cash as soon as I have it. Justin's spending all his money building on the yellows, but it's kind of a double-edged sword. Kind of a double-edged sword, Justin. While other people are going to pay you, you may have to pay someone, like me, if you land on a railroad or 2 or 3 or 4 in a row. Oh, don't tell me. Okay, good. Phew. As long as Popeye didn't get that last orange, we're golden. No, no, no. No! That is not good. There's now monopolies on the oranges and the reds and the yellows. I have failed. I did not get either one of those, but it just hurts so much because I was about to offer for that one middle orange. I was going to mortgage everything to make an offer for that orange. Unbelievable. But I'm playing a long game here. I'm playing safe. I know I could get Park Place and I know I could start building on it, but I'm not going to fall in that trap because these people who have stuff, houses, they're spending all their money on their houses. Well, okay, I guess 78 didn't, but Justin just about did. And Justin may now land on 78's oranges, and he may have to take down those houses and lose money. So that's not what I want for my Park Place. And same for green right now. Popeye spending all his money on those red houses. Go ahead. Go ahead. But you guys better start landing on those railroads. Thank you, Justin. 200 bucks. See, now Justin is going to land on the orange. He's going to need to raise 240 bucks. So he's going to have to mortgage stuff and then sell the houses. That's why you don't go crazy building houses right away. Right now, I'm just hoping people land on the railroads so that I have money to walk around this board with all these houses around. Oof, looks like 78's now gonna have to pay $850 out of pocket to Justin. Wow. And 26 to me, that's right. Anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to earn enough money to survive and then enough money to thrive. Next property for which I owe rent, and that's gonna be that light blue. $8. Oof, what a struggle. What a struggle bus. Okay, I'm gonna start mortgaging my stuff though, so that if someone has to owe me money, they're gonna owe it to me on the railroads. And look at that, it put some extra money in my pocket too. Now I have some walking money, $873. Okay, they wanna give up Park Place. Well, I don't wanna give up that, and I don't wanna give up that. But, I'll tell you what, for Park Place, I will give you $715. Take it or leave it. All right, I was really willing to go up to 800, but if they're willing to give it to me for 7, I will absolutely take that. Now I have Park Place and Boardwalk. Now I just need to start earning some money on those railroads so I can start building on them. No, I don't want to land on the houses. Fine. No. Well, I had to mortgage my dark blues and one of my railroads, so that is not good. I'm really just hoping I don't land on any more houses. I'm in fact hoping some people need to start selling these houses because I cannot keep up with this. I will say it has not been my finest game of Monopoly. Not my smartest, but I still feel like I can get out of this. Sorry, 78, not happening right now. 4, and I get to take the bus. Let's go right there to the fog. What's the fog got for me? Advance to go! Let's go! Thank you, fog. That is some friendly fog right there. And I roll again. It's a 7, and I'm gonna go to the fog. The friendly fog, please. Railway. Okay, that's a safe space for me at least. But it does bring me right back to all the houses and hotels. So that's not good. Oof. Justin needs to raise 842 bucks, and there goes his hotels. Bye, yellow hotels. See you later. Hopefully you have to sell all your houses, Justin. Yeah, if you could just have like one house max, that would be perfect. Perfect! Why is no one landing on the railroads? Does no one need to travel anymore? That's right, railroad, baby. Take a horse and carriage, why don't you? You're a horse, you need a carriage. My turn. Oh, yes. I thought I was gonna have to land on those reds, thankfully. Just the yellows with one house. I need to unmortgage that railroad right there, that cottage carriage. Ooh. Yeah, sell those houses, please, purple. Bye-bye houses. Bye-bye houses on orange. Bye. Nice knowing ya. That's not a bad deal right there, but I'm gonna have to say no. Sorry, you're gonna have to sell your houses, purple. What are you gonna do, 78? See, that's why you don't buy houses too fast. Gotta play the long game. Monopoly's a slow, long game, so if you embrace that, it'll be on your side. But these people trying to rush this game too much with buying houses way too fast, spending all their money. Now they have no money to land on other people's houses. I really need to unmortgage that railroad over there. It's bugging me. Sorry, carriage. My turn. 3, and I get to take the bus. I will go ahead and land on Waterworks. Why don't you? A little stop at the dock. Duckies love to swim around the dock, baby. Oh, I didn't mortgage that railroad. I mean, unmortgage it. 200 bucks in my pocket. Now I am a 500-aire. Yes, 200 more bucks in my pocket. Now I am a 700-aire. That's right. Next property you owe rent. That's my railroad, baby. That's farms, land, cottage, carriage, whatever. 200 bucks in my pocket, and I'm a 900-aire until I mortgage that. Now I'm an 800-aire, and it's my turn. Let's go. I'm finally 1,000-aire. Okay, I think maybe I'm gonna unmortgage these dark blues finally. I'm not gonna start building on it yet. I don't have that kind of Monopoly money in my pocket yet, but I have unmortgaged my railroad and I unmortgaged my dark blues, and I'm ready to build on those as soon as I do have a ton of money. And I eventually should, as long as people keep landing on those railroads and as long as I can avoid paying out large sums of money. That's a 9, and I'm going to the next property I owe rent. That's going to be electric company, except for the fact that it's themed Hotel Transylvania. That's the mill. That's 90 bucks out of my pocket. Justin chose to go anywhere, and he chose to go. That's a good move. I want somebody to make Popeye sell those hotels on the red. Ooh, let's go to the fog. Yes. Now that I've avoided the red, it's gonna have to be me. Okay. If anyone's gonna make Popeye sell those, it's gonna have to be me now. Okay. So I'm gonna start building on these dark blues as much as I tried not to this whole time. It's gotta be done. See, they got lost in the fog. The fog is not their friend. The fog is my friend. And pay me 200 bucks. That's right, Justin. 200 bucks up front. Guess where it's going? Dracula's castle. That's right. They advance to go. They get 200 bucks, but then they've got to advance to the next property they owe rent. That's my carriage. That's 200 bucks in my pocket. I will take your go money. Thank you very much. It is my turn. I'm gonna roll. I got away scot-free. I have 500 bucks in my pocket, so I'm gonna build 2 more houses on those dark blues. Best of luck to the rest of yous. Wow, they are gonna land on my railroad naturally, on my carriage. Sorry. They're gonna land on my carriage naturally. That's 200 bucks. Then they got to advance to the next property they owe rent. That is also my carriage. That's 200 more dollars. I just made $400, and you know where that's going. To the dark blue. And Justin is gonna have to sell some of those houses to pay me $200. Isn't that a little sad? After I roll, you know where all this money is going. Exactly where I landed. Dracula's castle. Monopoly knows. And the next property I owe rent is the mill. Okay, that's not bad. I can live with that all day, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna build a house on Dracula's castle, whatever Park Place is. And honestly, I'm gonna keep that 500 bucks in my pocket because 4 houses on Park Place, it's practically as good as a hotel. They're gonna give me 200 more dollars, so maybe I can start building those hotels. $200 more in my pocket. This is why it is so important to have all 4 of those railroads. They're going to treasure chest. Hopefully they don't move. They don't, because they're going to the next property they owe rent. And that is my carriage. 200 bucks in my pocket. Thank you, Justin. Nope, no deal. Sorry. My turn, just hoping to avoid those hotels. Yes! I get to go anywhere. So honestly, I'm gonna go to jail. You know? I'm gonna get 3 free turns in jail. That sounds pretty good to me at this point. Because I don't want to land on those hotels, and I do want to spend my money building hotels. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And end turn. And I still have 500 bucks to spare. I'm all set up for the win in this one. I have the 4 railroads, I have hotels on the dark blues, I have more properties, preventing more monopolies. It's looking pretty from here, as I get $200 more in my pocket. So if you've enjoyed this video to this point, make sure to like that like button and subscribe that subscribe button. Yes! They're gonna take the bus, and they're gonna choose to pay me $200 for my carriage because they're avoiding those hotels. Those hotels are a detriment to everybody, except for me in this case, because I'm getting 200 bucks from my carriage. Again. My turn, I'm gonna roll a double to get out of jail, except I don't actually want a double. That's a 3, no doubles in 3. End turn. Pay me $200, that is what I like to see. And Justin is about to go bankrupt, and he is. We've got our first casualty. Sorry, Justin. And now Popeye owns all of that side, except for my railroad. Carriage. Next property you owe rent, that's my carriage, baby. Thank you for the 200 bucks. You need to raise 195 of them. Wow. No deal. Sorry. I'm trying to knock you out, son. Roll a double. And I rolled a double. At least it's free parking, and I can hopefully, on my next turn, avoid those reds. Hopefully. I am also going to mortgage this railroad, just so people have to go to these dark blues if they ever land on the next property you owe rent again, over there. And it looks like that is exactly what just happened on the next turn. $1,500 in my pocket. Thank you very much. That is the only thing I like to see better than landing on my railroads, baby. Next property you owe rent, that's my carriage. Pay $200. I am so sorry, but the rules are the rules. Got to pay the fees. $200 more in my pocket. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I'm gonna land on my own mortgage railroad. Thank you very much. Next property they owe rent, and it is Park Place again. Gargoyle Gardens. Thank you very much. That's gonna be $1,500. Popeye. Wow, what an honor to play with the Pope. And I'm sorry I couldn't hand it to you, but I'm very glad you're finally getting rid of those hotels, because that was the only thing that was making me at all nervous in this game. I have $4,700. That's crazy. Now that those hotels on red are gone, and I have $4,900 in the bank. Yikes. Okay. Well, while I paid $250 right there, those hotels are gone, and I want to mortgage these railroads so that anytime anyone, hopefully, gets the advance to the next property you owe rent, they're going straight to Gargoyle Gardens. That's the plan. Instead of $200 every turn like earlier, now it's $1,500 every turn. So they better be making some money quick, because oh, and purple just went bankrupt. Sorry, 78. I'm sorry it wasn't mine, but guess what? It's just me and Popeye now. Now anytime Popeye rolls that die and has to advance to the next property he owes rent, that's $1,500 in my pocket. We started with a $200 hopeful strategy. Now we have almost a $1,500 guarantee. So this game's looking pretty good for us. I think we may have crawled all the way back from this game. Remember when it wasn't looking good earlier? Now it's looking like we're about to win this thing. They rolled a 6, but they have to advance to the next property they owe rent. And guess where that is? On the complete other side of the board, that's Gargoyle Gardens. They need to raise $1,400 right now. Sorry, Popeye. There go your houses. Better mortgage those reds, which used to have hotels. Oh shoot, the only thing you have left are the yellows. Oh, guess those houses are gonna have to go. Bye, houses. Sorry, Popeye. But guess what, Popeye? You have enough money to technically survive this. Because if not, the game would have just said, you're bankrupt. Sorry, Popeye, that's a no deal from me. They have $0 and 0 things to mortgage, so they better hope they can pass go, and they better hope they don't get that die where they have to advance to the next property again. Good news for Popeye, he gets to choose where he's going, to an extent, through the bus. So that's $200 in Popeye's pocket, except for he unmortgaged one of those yellows, so now he's only got 46 bucks. He's really hoping for me to land on that and pay him 20 bucks, I guess. I have $6,400. The next property you owe rent, Popeye, and I do have to say, it has been a pleasure to beat you. Wow, it was not looking good for me. I started this game level 42 in a group of 70 plus. And in the middle of this game, it was looking like I was going to be the first one out. Instead, it turned out I was the last one out. That's right, I am the winner right here. We have won together. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure to like that like button, subscribe that subscribe button, check out some of my other videos, and I will catch you in the next one.